boots, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
If somebody throws a oop, you can't just watch it sail out of bounds. You got to go slam it.
So you gonna posterize me?
Yeah.
I have no choice. He threw the lob.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Let's see what they're talking about first.
It comes to their playoff chances right
Patriots,
now. The Ravens are in
Ravens.
trouble, and that trouble goes beyond just what their record is right now. They also lost tonight their starting quarterback, Lamar Jackson, due to an injury to his back. We have the video right here if you guys want to take a look. It seems as if he, ate a shot right here, a knee to the side. So the Ravens ended up losing. Is Lamar too injury prone as it stands right now?
Interesting.
Can I be honest?
Of course you gonna say
You
yeah.
got no choice, right?
You got to be.
If I am
I remember seeing your
a
reaction to
Ravens
NBA
fan,
games.
there comes a point where you start to be fed up with this from Lamar. And it's not because it's Lamar's fault.
I did the finals one time.
Lamar is
I
an
think with the Heat.
absolutely incredible human being. But Lamar gets injured, and when he is present, they don't have a Super Bowl or Super Bowl appearance to show for it. Joe Burrow gets injured, but he's been to a Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes just got injured, doesn't get injured, but he's won several Super Bowls. Josh Allen hasn't been to a Super Bowl, nor has he won a Super Bowl, but he don't get injured. So it's also like Lamar, we're going to have to pick a struggle. If you get injured, bet. It happens. Everybody gets injured. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, amongst others. But
I mean, to be fair though, like there's a label on everybody. Like we can call Lamar injury prone, but like there's a label on Josh Allen not going to the Super Bowl. There's a label on Joe Burrow being injured and not going back to the Super Bowl. Like everybody has labels on them. So I mean, I can't really I don't know. That just is what it is. Like if he gets called injury prone, it just I don't know. I guess. Is that a big thing? Y'all let me know.
For the team, for the organization.
It kind of is low key though, because if he wasn't injured earlier this year, their record would be better and they'd be in closer contention to be in the playoffs. But like, I don't know. Like, are we taking the Ravens, even if the record was better, are we taking the Ravens serious this year? Serious enough to win a Super Bowl? I don't know.
Has been Super Bowl. But Lamar, if you not gonna get injured, bet. That's okay, but you can't get injured and not go to a Super Bowl when you're healthy. So to me, it's just there's a point where, like, as a Ravens fan, you have to start to get fed up because he's missed games because of his PCL. He's missed games because of a hamstring. He's missed games because of a back. He's missed games because of an ankle. He's missed games because of a knee. He missed some plays because he had to run to the restroom. He's missed games and practices because he got sick. There's just come a point where it's like, Lamar, what's up? You're not getting any younger. You're not getting any healthier. You're not getting any more flexible or any more mobile. What's up? And also, it's impacting his play. Running yards diminished severely this season. So to me, 2-5, like, it's time to be honest, bro. The injuries and him being injury prone is a real thing.
Yeah.
I mean, and even if this is a conversation though, like, what is the follow-up conversation to this? Like, what is the follow-up point to this? Is Lamar Jackson injury prone? I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah. But then what, they're not going to draft another quarterback. So it's like, what do we do here? Like, where do we go after this? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I think if you're a Baltimore Ravens fan, you got to have some type of hope. That's all you got.
Yep.
And the hope is when number 8 is under center and he's on the field, you got a chance to always go to the playoffs. If you look at all the winning quarterbacks year.
I'll say this too. Tyler Huntley be keeping it competitive. Whenever Tyler Huntley plays, it's not like they really get blown out. Like it's still competitive. So what they got to do, keep Tyler on that team, pay the man, and pay him like an expensive backup. Try to find another replica that you can have at third string in case Tyler gets hurt too, and then they need to focus on building that team. Like Lamar injuries is not really something to focus on. You can only control what you can control. He need to control his health. Taking care of his body better, but front office wise, coaching wise, they gotta do better building that team because it's not like the backup quarterback is not keeping you in the game. I don't think Huntley threw a pick or fumbled. You know what I mean? So
Year in year out, you're gonna talk about Mahomes, Josh Allen. You know who's next? Lamar Jackson. So yes, I think it's the good and the bad, the gift and the curse.
Explain to me how Henry doesn't play in crunch time and he had 125 rushing yards, bruh. I don't know, man. I don't get playing Rasheen Ali over Keaton Mitchell personally. Like I want the more explosive guy in, you know? I want the guy who run a 4.2, 4.3 in, you know? I'm not getting it.
As great as he is, as talented he is, the way he plays, the way he gravitates to your heart, you love to see him on the field, but he will.
He's not a good receiving back. I mean, I feel like this. What do you really need him to do? You know, is he not as agile? Like is he dropping the ball? You know, like it's a screen. You run into the flat. You're just doing a little curl out the backfield. Like the routes for the running backs that they run are very simple. Like what they run for Rasheen Ali, it wasn't nothing complex. So it's like I don't know how I feel about that. He had 9 carries for 13 yards. Well, that's not great. But in terms of, you know, the receiving back, I'd rather have the faster back on the field. And wasn't doing anything worth playing over Henry, yet getting more touches and crunch times. Derek got spam screens while in Tennessee, I would say otherwise. Well, Ali experiment got to go. He rides him because he's a good blocking back. That's it. He said Harbaugh, you need to go. They saying Zay the Jameis Winston of wide receivers. What the heck? I don't know. I'm still over. I'm still taking Keith Mitchell over Rasheen Ali. And again, like I could like with the whole spamming Henry. I mean, it's plenty of backs that are not good route runners. That again, they get screens and they get receptions out the backfield. There's plenty of backs in the NFL. So it's I don't know. I just if they know it's gonna be a pass, like if it's for sure, like it's obvious, like y'all are down a certain amount of points, you know it's gonna be a pass. There's no need to keep Buddy in, like if he's gonna flare out on a route, you know. If you need him to block, then that's different. But I don't know. To each his own. That drive, they fumbled it to potentially win the game. Derrick Henry on the bench. I got to see that play again. If only I could pull it up on Twitter, let me drop the link.
He plays a difficult type of game. You know, I play with a guy like...
Because I got to see what Rasheen Ali's role was on that play.
Mike Vick. And I love Mike. God, Mike was so good. And when Mike was on his game, we was blowing things out.
Facts.
But the way Mike played, Mike got hurt.
Facts.
And he missed some games.
Yeah.
And he going to cause some turnovers because he plays a physical type of game.
Yeah.
So it's hard because you want him to play that because he's so electrifying, and we win because of that.
True.
But then we may lose because he's going to miss some games.
Here's the problem, right? The comparisons to Lamar Jackson, of which I believe Lamar Jackson is better than every player I'm about to name. Mike Vick, his team had their peak success in his 3rd year. He went to an NFC Championship game. Cam Newton, I believe his team had his peak success in his 5th year. He led that team to the Super Bowl. After that, there was not a lot of success. There was a lot of injuries for Mike Vick, for Cam Newton. They peaked early. I would suggest that maybe not from an individual level, but from a collective level, we may have seen the peak of the Baltimore Ravens.
But I can respect that to an extent, but I'm not going to completely agree with that because the Ravens draft decently. Like the Ravens acquire solid free agents. It's not like they know how to stay above water. They know how to stay above 500. I don't know if I could essentially say that. Let me see. They Flowers fumble, Patriots recover. Yeah, Rasheen just came straight out the backfield. I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, you can keep Derrick Henry in on this play, but I mean, does it make much of a difference? I'd rather take Keaton. Hit him on a little. What out and up? I don't know. I can't think of the name of the route.
The reason I'm saying that is
Put
we
some
saw
pressure
the
on him
Ravens
with some
have the number 1
speed.
defense in all of football. They won 1 playoff game that year.
You would rather a screen than Henry? on 2nd and 15. I mean, that's not terrible. There's a chance that they blow that up, but I mean, that's not terrible.
We've seen the Ravens have top 5 defense 2 other years in Lamar Jackson's tenures. They've won 1 playoff games in those years. Now Lamar Jackson's struggling because he can't use his legs as much, and they have a losing record, I believe, for the first time after 15 weeks.
I think Lamar does use his legs. I just think that I think their issue is protection. Like when he's back there in the pocket, he's running around like trying to stay alive.
And God knows how long. 7 and 8. Meanwhile, the Pittsburgh Steelers are mustering together wins with a quarterback who's duct taped together. So when I'm looking at the Baltimore Ravens and the legitimacy of their future, coupled with their present, it's just not very promising. Shout out to Lamar because he has won a bunch of individual awards. The problem is Ravens flock and Ravens fandom, they can't collectively celebrate those individual awards. Those individual MVPs live at Lamar's house.
Yeah.
Super Bowl trophies, they live at the practice facility. They live at the stadium. That's the difference right now.
I hate to bring this up, but I think let's go back to Lamar Jackson's contract dispute with the Ravens.
Yeah.
Let's go back to when.
Interesting. I wonder where he's going with that. My bad, Sam. I didn't even see this. They Flowers. This same play. Okay.
Whenever they wanted to sign him for a little bit cheaper, they ended up working it out. And there was concern about, oh, do I want to sign Lamar Jackson to a long-term deal because of the type of quarterback that he is? This was the concern. This season, whenever he was healthy, he didn't really play that well either. And now you have your third season out of your 8 years that you've been in the NFL where you're missing significant time due to injury. And it's the worst season that you've had on the field.
Yep.
Yeah, this is why I think the Ravens were hesitant to pay him like a franchise quarterback, like any other team would. This is the reason why I don't think other teams are going out there trying to get Lamar Jackson.
I don't know about that. I think there's plenty of teams that would have paid top dollar for Lamar Jackson. Maybe I'm lost. I don't know. Y'all let me know.
It's tough right now because he is one of the most talented players that we've ever seen step on an NFL football field.
Yeah.
But the injuries, this can't continue to happen. And now it's making me wonder, guys, 8 seasons deep. He's not that young in his career now. Now he's in vet status. Do you think Lamar Jackson's best days are behind him?
Based off analytics, yes. Based on data, yes.
He just had a MVP caliber season last year, throwing for 4,100 yards, 41 touchdowns. If I'm not mistaken, it was 4,100. It was 4,000 yards, 41 touchdowns, single-digit interceptions, and ran for 900 yards last year. Like, what are we talking about?
Yes, based on anything we can see on tape, yes. Now, if you just want to speak from Lamar fandom, if you want to speak optimistically, and if you want to speak as a friend,
I think it is very fair to say that O-line is terrible this year. Pass blocking, terrible. I think it's fair to say that Lamar has been injury prone this year. But to say that his best days are behind him after it was just less than 24 months ago is crazy. Appreciate the sub, Santa. Appreciate that, man. I feel like Christmas. Thank you.
I can say no. But if you want to say, okay, who has Lamar Jackson reminded you of? Mike Vick, Cam Newton, playing style Robert Griffin. All of their best days were in years 5 and prior. So from a previous who does he remind you of perspective, best days behind you. From the Baltimore Ravens put the best organization around him as possible behind him. Mike McDonald
is crazy because Lamar is a 2-time MVP and his best season that he had was after those 2 MVPs. So we can't say that.
Is now proven to be a phenomenal football coach. He was the defensive coordinator for the Ravens when they were 14-2 or 14-3, and they were the 1 seed. He's currently the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. He's gone. When you think about that team, they had Patrick Queen plus Roquan Smith plus Kyle Hamilton plus a younger Marlon Humphrey. You feel me? The Ravens nucleus of that roster's best days was behind him. So if you're really looking at the data, and if you're removing your personal opinion and removing any bias, you would have to say Lamar's best days are more than likely behind him.
I disagree. I'm not being biased. I'm not being a friend. I don't believe that.
Based on what?
because how good he is, how talented he is.
No.
Right? He's so talented that
Like we looking at the data of comparing him to other quarterbacks, but these other quarterbacks that they're comparing him to don't have 2 MVPs, and their best seasons statistically don't equate to his best season statistically. Like, they're just different players. Like, I can't agree with that. That's crazy. Zay can't be wide receiver 1, to be honest. Man, they need to go ahead and target D-Hop like he wide receiver 1 at this point, man. You know what I'm saying? Why not?
he can go out there and get another MVP because he's that good. As simple as that. The brother threw the ball better in his later years. Mm-hmm. Did he not? Mm-hmm. Last year, was it last year or the year before that?
Last year he went crazy.
Last year he threw the
41
ball.
touchdowns.
Yeah. You didn't see that coming, did you?
No.
All right. So when you talk about the later years and earlier years, I don't care about none of that. I think the guys you named are really great quarterbacks. They not him. They are not him. And I think Lamar can be better. I think he'd be better in the postseason. And I think he's so talented that, I can see him turn that corner. I just don't ever want to put like an expiration date on it because how can you?
That's 100 in the playoffs.
To say that in his seventh year that he's going to throw.
Any advice for me? Pray, man. Just pray. Lamar in the offense was playing great until he went out. Still playing good without him. The defense, though. Yeah, the defense, man. Huntley was low-key connecting with D-Hop. Yeah. I mean, it's like this here. If I got this guy over here who is going to, and really you can kind of play it on multiple ways, but with D-Hop, he's going to bring down some contested catches. So if I know he's going to beat this guy one-on-one, then I want to bracket him or double him. Zay, he might beat you with speed or shiftiness, but I think that's a stronger thing to want to pull the defense in. But I think it still come down to their play calling, because at the end of the day, you gotta make the defense respect at least one of your receivers to want to double or bracket them, and I don't think they're doing that. The defense will willingly line up and go 1v1 versus D-Hop. They'll do the same thing versus Marlon. That's it versus Marlon versus Zay. So it's like you got to kind of make them respect your receivers. Likely hasn't had a catch in 2 games. Wow. What the heck? Likely gone. Yeah, he's gone. Mark got re-signed and he didn't. Unless they gonna franchise tag him, which would be dumb. Like, because then why did y'all re-sign Mark? I gotta see the numbers on what they re-sign Mark for. If you re-sign Mark to a cheap deal, you franchise Likely, which the franchise is gonna force you to pay him a pretty fair amount, at least for 1 year. I don't know. We'll see.
The best he's ever thrown.
We're going into 9. Oh, you saying 7 last year? I feel it.
You get what I'm saying?
I feel it.
Like, to say that,
Dexter had .02. Oh my gosh.
I think Lamar Jackson is that good and that talented and that different and rare. Because as great as Mike Vick was and as great as Cam Newton was, I'm not going to say RG3. I won't even. They not Lamar Jackson.
I agree.
Yo. And
you played a squad, Santa.
It's a nice gap too.
The
and
difference is an apple might not fall at the base of the tree, but it ain't going to fall far from it. And at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson might not fall exactly where Cam Newton falls, but he probably not going to fall too far from it. With all due respect to Lamar being better than Cam Newton, Cam got to that Super Bowl in year 5.
But look how, this is the argument I have with you though, right? Yes, Cam did do that.
Yep.
But if you look at their peaks of when they was really good, it's super small.
Yep.
Mike's is super small. Yo, Lamar is still going. Like right now today, a bad year is all injured. Mm-hmm. Next year, if I say, you know what, Lamar probably have a top 5 year, what would you say?
Okay.
Them dudes, you can't say that.
I ain't gonna blame Dart too much as I'm gonna say they play calling is not great, and that O-line was buns today. So he got to run. Ain't nothing open, and he got to, you know what I'm saying, and he finna get sacked.
Yeah.
But
top 5 year, what would you say?
Okay.
Next year, if I say, yo, you know what, Lamar probably have a top 5 year, what would you say?
Okay.
Them dudes you can't say that with.
Yeah.
They had like 1 year or 2 years. They were that.
Now,
Lamar every single year can be a top 5 quarterback.
What if I
That's the difference.
What if I were to say this? Next year, Lamar gets hurt again. What would you say?
That's possible too.
Like that's
I'm gonna roll that, but I'm gonna roll that dice though.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, the gift and the curse. When a guy is that good and God has blessed him that much.
But you could say the same thing with Joe Burrow. Will Joe Burrow have an MVP caliber season next year? Oh, very possible. Will Joe Burrow get hurt next year? Very possible. Anybody could get hurt though. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. Like I don't know the depth of, I can't really see depth in this topic personally. But
that much talent, you got to roll with that.
True,
and the Ravens will do that. But so the difference is with the Cam and the Vicks and those other guys you want to name.
Yeah.
Their time on top was short.
Yeah.
Like leprechauns, that's Biggie Smalls. But it was short time. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? When Lamar, his window was still open.
Let me give you this though, 2-5. You know better than I. The best time to win a Super Bowl is when a quarterback takes a pay cut, like Tom Brady did when Shady won his Super Bowls, Patrick Mahomes, etc., or on a rookie deal. Even if Lamar Jackson is MVP level good, who's to say the team still will be? And that's the other thing we have to
everything.
I think, and like I just said earlier, I think the Ravens have a good team. I think they can add more to it, but that's not a trash team at all. That's not the Jets. That's not the Titans. It's not the Raiders. It's not, it's not like that. That team is better than half the teams in the league, roughly. You know what I mean? As constructed. Well, it's somewhat about middle of the pack. I mean, y'all know what I mean. But like that's a pretty good constructed team. They're missing some pieces. That's it. As far as taking them to the next step. And coaching could be a lot better. Coaching could be a lot better. But I don't know about the team. Do I think there's any possibility on Burrow moving from Cincy? If he does, it'll be within like 2-3 years. Maybe not. But is there a possibility? Yeah, but I don't see that happening like soon.
Like everything you know about the Ravens, they always have a solid roster. Everything you know about the Ravens.
Solid, but they have not had an elite one, and the coaching has been questionable. Like, that's my other thing. Going back to Cam, and I'll be done talking about Cam Newton because we're talking about.
I'm going to be for real. No, not too many people have an elite roster in the NFL. The Rams have an elite offense. Texans have an elite defense. It's only you can argue maybe the Seahawks offense is borderline elite. You can argue their defense is borderline elite. You can argue the Broncos have an elite defense, But like in terms of like the whole team being elite, nobody has that. And it's only there's less than 5 elite defenses and there's less than 5 elite offenses in the NFL right now. So I mean, that's not something that you get typically,
Lamar Jackson. Cam Newton made sure he said, okay, I got Luke Kuechly, I got Thomas Davis, I got Josh Norman, I'm going to go now.
Yeah.
Because Kuechly didn't end up playing that long. Thomas Davis' peak was only like, and so there comes a point in time where it's like, Roquan Smith is only going to be elite for so much longer for those that still feel he's elite. Several Ravens fans think he's past his prime.
What's up, Phil? How you doing? How you
Patrick
doing?
Queen gone.
Thank
God, I think Kyle Hamilton probably still has 5 more great years ahead of him. Marlon Humphrey only has so many more really good years if y'all still think he's really good.
That's a cheating take you just did, though.
How so?
On, like, you like Cam had them guys for 1 year or 2 years.
Eagles is fair. Eagles is probably arguably the best constructed team on paper in the NFL. Yeah. That's very fair.
He had him for about 5.
No, Eagles aren't elite on offense or defense, but they're good on paper. But no, yeah, obviously, like production wise, no, they're not elite on either side right now. But I guess you could say like in terms of like being constructed, but performance wise, again, like I said, like performance wise, there are only there's probably 3 elite defenses and maybe 3 elite offenses in the NFL, and it might be less than that with both.
You can't. So you
and
can't.
he went while he had that,
and that was it. See, my thing is, yes, Super Bowl, I love all that.
Yep.
Go on there, cool. But Lamar's window was is bigger and longer, pause, because he's still going. I just said next year, if I say he's going to be a top 5 guy, you would agree with that. These other guys, windows ball. You ran on top and short like it was short. Lamar is still going.
Yeah.
And you want to say 8 years, whatever you want to say. Just know this: 8 years, 9 years. We still gonna think he's a top tier guy. But that's how good he is.
Go ahead.
I think I'm not going to believe that the concerns with Lamar are on field.
Rams up and down. They had 2 turnovers on Darnold and still managed to lose that game. I genuinely think I think they took their foot off the gas offensively. I mean, it is what it is. It's their fault. But I think had they chose differently, chose a different approach, I think they were very capable of closing out that game. I don't think they're incapable. I think I think that they thought the game was over with. So, but that's their fault. So maybe I'm biased, but their defense is very mid. I'm not arguing. I didn't argue for the Rams defense to be elite at all. That's not elite defense. That's a good defense. It's not elite though. I said this yesterday. The Rams are very well coached. Personnel wise, that's not an elite defense. I literally said this yesterday. I just think I think they have a good defensive coach.
You can have a rough season. This is probably his worst season on field.
Come on now.
The concerns for Lamar Jackson for me is the injuries. If he can't stay healthy, and this is the thing though, guys like Lamar that we've seen in the NFL, to Acho's point, they start falling apart because their bodies can't maintain what it takes to play at a high level. Now, on the field, last year, what we saw from him as a passer in the pocket, I think that was amazing. I think that's the Lamar that a lot of people were looking to go to. But also, Acho, we got to have this conversation about the Ravens because Lamar's not the problem with the Ravens this year. As a matter of fact, I don't even think it's close to him being the problem this year. Of course, him missing games is a huge factor, but he has players on his team that sell. When the moment matters most, they stink it up. As a matter of fact, no, I'm not.
So do I agree with what?
Him missing games is a huge factor, but he has players on his team that sell.
Fair to say. Fair to say. O-line, specific players on defense, specific players on offense. That's fair to say. The last thing you said. Bull Rush Merchant verse. I think Jared Verse. I mean, Bull Rush for not. I think he's still a good. Yeah, he is. That's a good defensive end.
The moment matters most.
Before that, you should have just retyped it. You typed 3 messages since then. Is it fair to say the Rams have the best wide receiver duo in the NFL? That's fair. I mean, you could argue that, or them CD and GP. You could pick your poison. First got locked up by your backup OT. That's tough.
They stink it up. As a matter of fact, no, I'm not going to mince words.
I had Texans, but what the Raiders did to the Texans defense was crazy. I mean, the Raiders, they didn't, realistically, they didn't dice up the Texans defense. 60-yard touchdown for Ashton Genty on a linebacker who's not a coverage linebacker. And then Ashton Genty breaks off a long run. It's not like how the Broncos got diced up by the Jags today on multiple drives. They were dicing them up. If the Raiders were dicing up the Texans, I'm looking at them a little sideways. Yes, that's not acceptable. Yes, they lose respect points for that. But it's not, for me, it's just all right. You give up a long run to Ashton Genty. You give up a long touchdown to Ashton Genty. Y'all didn't get broken down. Henry a run stopper. Yeah, I mean that was pretty dumb in the first place. Again, Ashton Genty probably a 4.4 running back. I mean and you got him out there in single coverage on a more of a He got decent athleticism, the linebacker, but I don't look at him as a coverage linebacker like that. I've been watching y'all. Aziz been nice. I assume Christian Harris still hurt. Harris played last week if I'm not mistaken, but maybe he was. I don't know. That Stingley pick 6 was nice. Yeah, I think it'd be nice. I don't know. I don't know what situation is with Harris. I think he played last week, or was that 2 weeks ago?
Zay Flowers has shit his pants in big moments multiple times. Multiple times, bruh. Whether it was a fumble at the goal line in the playoffs against the Chiefs, whether it's a drop in key moments. Now tonight, another fumble. And look, I understand it's football. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's always the worst, most inopportune time that these things are happening. Derrick Henry fumbling the ball like we've never seen him do before.
That's facts.
Mark Andrews dropping passes. The play right before the
Ooh,
halftime. It would have been
hold on,
crazy.
hold on. You cooking.
And then
You
let's not even
cooking.
start. John Harbaugh is not the answer
cooking.
anymore for
He
the
cooking.
Baltimore Ravens. They have
cooking.
to. He needs
Hold
new
on, no
faces
social
around
Trey.
him. Yes, I still believe in Lamar,
Hold on,
but it's
social
time for a
Trey.
rebuild around him.
That's
So
some real talk.
Trey,
That's some real
he
talk.
was cooking.
Nah, he made some great points, but ending it with it's time for a rebuild. No, I disagree with that. The best thing that you could do, rebuild wise, I say is coordinators. I would change the offensive and defensive coordinators. But I mean, there's talent there. They need to figure out how to utilize the talent better. Fumbling is fumbling, you know. That doesn't take away your incapability of running a ball, catching a ball, or running routes or breaking tackles. You know what I mean? That's fumbling. That needs to be. I mean, yeah, it could be like that could be coached upon, but like it's not like you're sorry. You know, it's not like you like we're not gonna act like Derrick Henry is a trash running back. You know, players made bad plays, and you know they just got to clean that stuff up. And again, they need to add more to that team. Like there's certain spots that I think they could improve in, but they need to fix the O-line. Definitely need to fix the O-line. Fill in the blank. I can't read that. Can't say nothing about Derrick Henry. He fumbled, but got 128 and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, fumble's a fumble. Still bad, but he definitely carried that offense for the most part.
But he forgot some ingredients.
Cooking bear?
He forgot some ingredients.
forgot
Like
some
he like
ingredients.
flipped them
Cooking bear
over
was
and like they
cooking?
fell on the
Is
floor.
Ravens
Like he
eliminated?
spilled the milk.
Nah, he just
Oh, I'm
forgot
sorry.
some.
Marlon Humphrey
I don't
podcasting
think
while
so.
we also losing games.
Because everything.
He podcasted? I know he was at one point. I didn't know he still is. Like I remember seeing that like last year, not this year. I don't have a problem with players podcasting though, at all. Each his own on that.
Everything Care Bear's saying is true.
Okay.
Add some Lamar to that.
I agree.
Because
I agree.
against the Chiefs,
That's Lamar.
Charles
That's funny.
Omenihu sack, forced fumble. Oh, dang. And now you're down 17-3 or 14-7.
That's
like
fair.
you got to sprinkle some Lamar
a
to
little
that.
bit of just
Because
a-
the problem is, since Lamar has come back from his injury, the offense has been putrid, anemic, disgusting, no show, awful. So everything you're saying is right. Zay Flowers in that playoff game against the Chiefs as well. Fumble, can't happen. Mark Andrews in the playoff game against the Buffalo Bills. Lamar leads you back, can't happen. Lamar also had 2 turnovers in the first half, can't happen. Lamar Jackson over the last 4 or 5 games, offensively, he hasn't been dynamic. He hasn't been explosive. They haven't been dynamic. They haven't been explosive. Marlon.
We just watched the clip of the Chiefs earlier. Play calling so repetitive. Play calling is not great. Play calling is predictable. Now they got Patrick Mahomes back there. They got all this talent at receiver, but they're not producing to the level that we've once seen the Chiefs produce. When they used to score 50 points in a game, you know, when they used to score 40, 40 points was regular to them. When they typically would take deep shots on a regular. I think it's the same thing we can apply to Lamar and the Ravens. I don't think this play calling is great. That's just my thing. And not only that, I think the offensive line, I mean, which everybody can agree with, which y'all have already said. I think the offensive line not great. I'm not gonna put majority of the issues that the Ravens are having on Lamar. It's a lot. There's a lot of issues throughout that team in terms of performance. But the bulk of the issues is not a Lamar Jackson problem. I think Derrick Henry has fumbled 4 times all season, or maybe 5. What's up, dude? Yes, sir.
Humphrey, you podcasting while getting beat. It's everybody and it's everything.
That's true.
The difference is Lamar Jackson is the $200 million player. Zay Flowers is still on a rookie deal. Though a first-round pick, still on a rookie deal.
That's true.
Wow, I didn't know that. Interesting. Okay.
The difference is Lamar Jackson is that $200 million man. So everything you said was right, and I will not dare disagree with you.
He can't win or lose with you guys, man.
I won't dare disagree with you.
It's a lose-lose. Last year, the dude almost won MVP last year.
Yep.
And this the conversation we having because he had a bad year because he's all.
That's what I'm saying. This point don't really have depth to it because it's like we could talk about Lamar having his best days behind him. We could talk about Lamar being injury prone. But it's like, if that's a real topic, the next topic will be, are the Ravens moving on from Lamar? And they're not doing that. So it's like, this don't really have too much depth. And at the end of the day, like I said, I think Lamar is definitely again, he's coming off an MVP caliber season last year. First team all pro quarterback. I mean, he's injured this year. It is what it is. The team is not great this year. They're not performing great this year.
Hurt.
You got to show up when it matters.
Does they get traded? Nah. If they just pay Mark Andrews, they're gonna pay Zay Flowers.
Most though, and to that point, I will say he has been. I'm sorry, he's been James Harden. He looks amazing in the regular season. He has all the talent in the world. But then whenever it comes to crunch time in the playoffs, he has not shown up.
Because at least Lamar tries.
I watched James not even try. Not try.
Yeah.
Just,
okay.
So it's
not
lack of effort, though.
Football, you can't really have a lack of effort like that.
I'm gonna make him Russell Westbrook though, because here's my thought process: is Lamar's style of play conducive to winning a chip? Like the thing that pains me the most, and I remember when Bill Polian said that Lamar Jackson should be a wide receiver. I watched Lamar Jackson in college because I was a college analyst before ever a pro
Who said that?
Bill Polian.
See what I'm saying?
I remember when he said that, and I ran to sprint to Lamar Jackson's defense. Yeah. But here's the thing. Lamar Jackson is currently proving so many of the Lamar Jackson skeptics correct. And the reason being is so many people have suggested, can you win a Super Bowl with this style of play? Or will injuries mount up before a championship mounts up? You can have incredible individual statistics. We've seen that. Cam Newton won a regular season MVP. We've seen that. Mike Vick is a cultural icon. We've seen that. Individually, you can dominate with this style of play. But we haven't necessarily seen this style of play be conducive to championship or championships. And that's just an objective fact. Now, to Shady's point, maybe Lamar Jackson will crescendo in year 10. Maybe his team will have the most success they've ever had in year 10. We've never seen it because statistically speaking, a quarterback who doesn't win a Super Bowl with the team that drafted him in the first 9 years, he doesn't win a Super Bowl with the team that drafted him. So Ravens fans, maybe y'all are just going to be the guinea pig and Lamar Jackson's going to go pull a Matthew Stafford and win a couple more Super Bowls elsewhere. But the fact of the matter remains, we just haven't seen a quarterback that plays like this be conducive to team success, and he's proving skeptics right. Individually, Lamar Jackson, you're a Hall of Famer.
Again, I disagree with this off the not even due to his MVPs, not even because of his MVP seasons. The season that he had last year, that is a very conducive season to winning. 4,000 yards, 41 touchdowns, single-digit interceptions, and 900 rushing yards. That is beyond conducive. That is borderline carrying. We've never seen that before.
Hall of Famer.
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
How can you say that though? Like Joe Burrow, is he winning Super Bowls? Is he winning championships? Is Josh Allen winning? Are they winning anything? Like we just gonna single Lamar out?
Lamar's better than way
their level of play rises in the playoffs.
Yeah. Do they got championships? I don't want to hear that bullshit.
Is Lamar better than them?
Do they got chips? They all on the same boat.
Joe Burrow doesn't have an all-pro, Shady. Joe
Burrow just threw for 48.
I'm with Shady, bro. You can pick your poison with Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Josh Allen. They in the same boat. I ain't gonna lie. Only one you can say who is the clear better for real is Mahomes because he got 3 chips. You can say Joe Burrow's the best passer. You can say Josh Allen's the most clutch. You could say Lamar is the most versatile. You can say whatever you want, but I feel like they all are around the same in terms of being elite. So it's like
4,900 yards last year, something like that.
Lamar got 2 MVPs.
His second year he threw
and a
46.
Unanimous, Shady.
Yo, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, they all are in that crop of really, really good. Pats up here, they all in that group. Okay, can we agree with that? My thing is, you sing this dude out, yo. It's a lot of great quarterbacks that don't win. That's a simple.
No, that's not true. That's not true at all.
It is.
Hold on.
Yes, it is.
Because winning is what makes great quarterbacks great. Tom Brady's the greatest of all time because he won the most, not because he's 6'5" and was with Giselle
Tom
for a
also
little bit.
got a lot of stats too, though, dog.
Sure, but what made him the greatest is because he won the most.
Because he won.
You know that way better than me. Because I be
gotta show
arguing
him
with
in
you
the
that
big
Aaron.
games.
Hold on, Care Bear, real quick. I be arguing with Shady that Aaron Rodgers is the most talented, and Shady like the dude that only been to.
I was about to use that same thing. Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback, and he only got 1 chip compared to Brady's 7. So I mean, you know, you can take that with a grain of salt.
One Super Bowl,
Bro,
like you are the greatest because you win.
But I'm saying because you just said that, oh, well, the way he plays the game, that's why he can't win a Super Bowl. And that's bullcrap. It's a lot of dudes that don't play like that don't win. Phillip Rivers is a great Hall of Famer. He ain't play like that. But I could keep going on different dudes.
But there are people that play like Phillip that have won. Nobody plays the game like Lamar Jackson and has won.
But Lamar's the outlier because nobody has ever done what Lamar did last year. And nobody who plays like Lamar has won 2 MVPs. So, I mean, it's really to be determined. Like, you can say that with their careers because their careers are wrapped up. But, like, to project negativity on him is like, it's not even realistic, you know? It's just a hypothetical at this moment.
I'm just going to the players. I'm not going to guys like you or like him. I don't care about that.
But that's all that matters,
Because where's Russ then? Russ is a scrambler too, right? Does he count?
Russ threw for 40 touchdown passes and didn't run all that much like that.
Was Russ, when he won a championship, was he a scrambler or was he a passer when he won a championship?
Russ would extend to pass, but Russ is not Lamar Jackson running.
The way they play the game.
They did not play the game
Lamar plays the game a little bit more wild and more flashier. They both run.
They run, but it's different.
So what I'm going to ask you is, when Russ won his chip, he was looked at more as a scrambler than this a guy that's out here just dotting you up. Especially back then. They played great defense and they did RPOs all game. Did they not?
I'm not going to compare. Russell Wilson and Lamar Jackson don't play the same solid ball.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is Russell more? Is he more like a Tom or is he more like a Lamar? He's a runner. What we talking about? If you ask anybody that played against Russ back then, you played against Russ back then.
Yes, Shady.
Okay.
Russ would throw for 4,500 yards and rush for 500.
But I'm asking you though, was he more as a scrambler? I'm gonna run around and then throw the ball?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so Lamar does that too. He run around and throw the same thing.
Shay, you know as well as
you're not about to act like, because what you're saying, this is what you're saying. You're saying that since Lamar's a scrambler, he's not a pack.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You named Cam Newton, you named Michael Vick, and you named Lamar Jackson.
Here's the real of it all, and I don't want to nerd out, but the real of it all, Care Bear, you might find this fascinating. I'm glad y'all watching.
Don't nerd out, because you're gonna lose me.
I'm gonna keep it as G as I can keep it.
Okay, thank you.
Lamar Jackson's passing to rushing ratio is smaller than that of any Super Bowl quarterback we've ever seen. Meaning, Lamar Jackson passes for 3,000 yards and he rushes for 1,000 yards. That's a 3-to-1 ratio. We've never seen a quarterback win a Super Bowl like that. When Russ won his Super Bowl, I believe he.
And that's 100% fair. But he just proved that he is more than that last year, going for 4K.
Was passing for like 3,300 yards and rushing for 400 yards. That's closer to an 8-to-1 ratio.
Yeah, the goalpost of the topic has switched completely. He's saying now that mobile quarterbacks like Lamar are that style is not conducive to winning a Super Bowl.
So what I'm suggesting, Shady, is we've never seen a quarterback run to pass ratio as low as Lamar's is win a Super Bowl. We've just never seen it. Hopefully we do, and I hope Lamar can. We've just never seen it.
I just want to talk ball. I don't want to talk these numbers and all this other stuff. These scientific.
Well, ball will tell you too. It's not happening.
When I watched Russ back then, this is why the defense hates on Russ back then.
Yep.
Because you're giving this guy all this credit. And people talking like you about Russ, and for real, we played great defense, generational defense, and we ran the ball, and he made special plays here and there, running around. Right.
Yep.
Same thing Lamar does. Lamar is way better at it. All I'm saying is you can win a championship in different ways. Russ was more like a scrambler, black quarterback.
Care Bear, pull it up.
Than most. Would you want to show me some numbers? I don't want to see numbers.
Then Shady doesn't look at the ball. Like,
bro,
if you don't want to look at the numbers,
I want to see his play. I'm talking about his play.
Let's see numbers. You can still make an argument even looking at the numbers. Like there's Lamar Jackson is a better quarterback than Russ. If Russ can win a Super Bowl, then Lamar can too. His statement is that Russ is more of a passer. But no, let's look at it. Let's look at it. Why not? We're gonna go off of Lamar Jackson stats from last year. Lamar Jackson. What year did the Seahawks win the Super Bowl? That's 2013, 2014, 2014, 2014. Come on now. Come on now. Oh man. Hold on. Lamar, 4,100 passing yards, 41 touchdowns, and 4 picks. In 2014, 3,400 pass yards, 20 touchdowns, and 7 picks. And he won a Super Bowl. Come on now. Interesting. And even if that wasn't 2014, that was 2013, 3,300 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, 9 picks. Still same thing, stands. Crazy.
Play. Here's the thing. If Russ ran for 400 yards and Lamar ran for 1,100 yards, then you have to care about those numbers. Like, if you don't want to talk about numbers for the sake of this argument, what I'm trying to tell you is...
But even passing numbers all are different too, though. His pass numbers ain't sitting there throwing the ball looking like A-Rod or Tom Brady or Phillip Rivers or Drew Brees, right?
So then if you can...
right?
Closer to, but no. I mean, JD, remember, Russ did...
Again, bro, he had a very 4,000 yards, 41 passing touchdowns, and 4 picks, 5 picks, however much that was. That's an elite passing season. Like, you can't say he plays a style that's incapable of winning a Super Bowl when the last player we seen do have that stat line is Aaron Rodgers, and he's won a Super Bowl, you know.
Passed for 40 touchdowns in a season.
When Russ played for the Seahawks, before the whole Cook stuff, when they were winning championships and compete for championships, when they had the Legion of Doom, boom, right?
32, 35.
Right.
All
32, RPO 35. Work, safe throws. He's gonna run around and break tackles and all that.
Russ can sit in that pocket too now. Don't get it twisted.
Not rarely. That's not Lamar do too sometimes. They the same, dude.
They're not the same.
Man, you're not. Back then, you're not going to tell me how Russ was a great passer.
If they were the same, Lamar wouldn't be winning MVPs. Lamar wins MVPs because he rushes for 1,200 yards and passes for 3,000 yards.
Because a 8-yard scramble for Russ is a 25, 30-yard for Lamar. This is different. I mean, God bless him, way different. This is different. I'm being serious. Yeah. But you can't tell me a D coordinator, he's game planning for Russ more like a scrambling black quarterback that you're talking about.
I don't agree at all. I don't agree at all.
That's very factual, bro. You're definitely game planning for Russ to move around in the pocket just as much as you're game planning for Lamar to move around in the pocket. You just know that once Lamar gets out the pocket, it's a much bigger threat than it is for Russ. Shady won this one. I ain't gonna lie.
So they game plan for Russ like a pocket passer back then when the Legion of Boom and all that.
If you're playing Lamar Jackson, you were 1,000% leaving a linebacker into spy. If you're playing Russell
Wilson in 2013, 2014, you why would you not have a spy? You know he can move. The odds of you having a spy is a little lower because again the threat of Lamar is way more dangerous than the threat of Russell Wilson. But you for sure watching Russ, making sure he don't get out that pocket and get busy.
Wilson, you are not 1,000% leaving a back.
I disagree. Back then, that was his game. I'm gonna scream around. He wasn't just reading stuff, dotting it up.
Then why hasn't Lamar Jackson won a Super Bowl then? Because Russ has. They both had elite defenses, though Lamar Jackson.
Nah, I disagree. Lamar has never had a Legion of Boom.
Legion of Boom was crazy.
Thank you. Let's get that straight. Okay,
yeah.
all right. Okay, let's get that straight.
When you had the Baltimore Ravens 2 years ago, #1 seed, then why hasn't Lamar Jackson in 8 years? Forget winning it. Why hasn't he gone? Because at least Russ. Why hasn't he gone? Burrow's gone.
Is, yeah.
Mahomes is gone.
Josh
Allen
has been
gone.
If we making if the conversation is why hasn't Lamar gone to the Super Bowl over Russ, that was a generational defense. Plain and simple. That's it. If you give any quarterback he had an elite defense in 2023, let's look at this. Those elite Ravens. Even if let's say he did have an elite defense in 2023. If you give any of the quarterbacks in today's NFL right now the Legion of Boom, they're going to the Super Bowl. If you give obviously the top quarterbacks, if you give Lamar the Legion of Boom right now, Ravens are going to the Super Bowl. If you give Mahomes the Legion of Boom right now, they're going to the Super Bowl. They're going to drag them to the Super Bowl. If you give Josh Allen the Legion of Boom, they're going to the Super Bowl right now. Like, I'm not gonna look that up. I think there are elite defenses, but there are defenses who are borderline generational. That's not the point. You said your QB didn't get. I'm talking about me. 2023 Ravens was definitely elite, but could we compare them to the Legion of Boom? You know what I mean? No one has really had a Legion of Boom type defense. Yeah, I think again, you give almost anybody that defense. They if you give almost any good quarterback that defense, they going to a chip.
A couple of plays away, like it just to me the frustration with Lamar Jackson, and honestly too with you, Shady, is like he underperforms based off of what we saw from him during the regular season. The same way a Dak underperforms based off of what we've seen from them in the regular season. I'm not saying he's Dak Prescott. He's a far more talented, better quarterback than Dak Prescott is. What I'm saying is, though, you hold Dak to a standard because he does not perform. He was second in MVP voting in 2023, and what did he do in the playoffs? He sold.
So last year, when Lamar was in the playoffs last year, right?
When he threw interceptions
in the red zone. In the first half.
It does not matter. You're in the red zone. Does Josh Allen throw picks in the red zone in the playoffs? No. Does Patrick Mahomes throw picks in the red zone in the playoffs? Does Joe Burrow throw picks in the red zone in the playoffs? No.
I can respect that, but at the end of the day, if he got the Legion of Boom, they're going to get him the ball right back. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I see it. He could throw that pick, cool, but I again, comparing his why he hasn't been back to the Super Bowl and comparing that to Russell Wilson, Lamar's a better quarterback than Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson had a defense that we have not seen in a very long time. I think the closest defense we could say to the Legion of Boom probably was and this is closest, but I don't think they were as good. Was Saxonville, and the closest defense to that probably was the no-fly zone with the Broncos. But outside of that, I mean, and neither one of them were better than the Legion of Boom. But like those, that's about as close as we gonna get to that.
That is stuff that Lamar Jackson has done. That's the Dak Prescott type bad stuff that keeps you from winning football games.
I watched Dak the straight lose game, the straight losing.
Yes,
Lamar Jackson last year, he had a bad first half. That's football. If you guys don't know, that's football. It works like that. Everything's not gonna be perfect. Okay, Bear. Okay. The second half.
Remember that from when we talk about the Cowboys later. Like, okay, everything can't be perfect, right?
I'm just saying in football games, bro. Like tonight. Derrick Henry fumbled the ball in the first half.
Absolutely.
The second half, you turned it on.
Zay Flowers fumbles it at the end. I'm agreeing.
There's been bad games. I had shitty games in the first half. I got to get it back. I turn it on. So that happens.
That's facts.
Okay, thank you. What I'm saying is Lamar last year, MVP type caliber year, he had a bad first half. The second half, he was lights out.
Yeah, he was rolling.
Is it his fault that his all-pro tight end, probably one of the best tight ends that ever come from
Drop the ball? No.
Drop the ball right in his chest. Not. But you know who's going to get blamed for it? Lamar.
Well, because
You're
Lamar
coming
put
back
him in
from a
hole.
slow start.
Like,
You
Lamar
put us in the hole.
Okay, all right.
That's
okay.
football,
But
though.
that
If
happens, though.
If you put me in the hole, then you are responsible for getting me.
And he was getting him out of it.
You're not all the way.
Not all the way.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you could point the finger to a bunch of other things. The turnover is going to look biggest, but I'm pretty sure you could point the finger to a bunch of other guys. This guy gave up a touchdown. This guy blew coverage. This guy, you know what I mean? This guy put us in the hole, and now Lamar got to be perfect in order to win us the game. You can point the finger at a lot of people prior to Lamar even making a mistake, you know?
Remember, even if Mark Andrews catches that, I don't think that wins the game. That ties the game. We acting like Mark Andrews caught that. The Ravens would have just won this over.
It's momentum, Acho.
It's Josh Allen on the other side, Shady.
He was hot in the first half. In the second half, that Bills, they cooled down. And the Ravens was getting hot. Am I tripping? So they was rolling.
I think you have.
If everybody do their job, we not even having this conversation.
I think you have blinders on for Lamar, Shady.
Yo, we keep playing this game like why he ain't going. Because the truth is, the best quarterback that's playing, is in the AFC. And it ain't Lamar, and it ain't Josh, and it ain't Joe Burrow. His name is Patrick Mahomes. He goes every single year.
Except when Joe wins.
So now he gonna miss this year, and probably next year they'll be back. The worst he's ever been as a starter, other than this year, is the AFC Championship game.
Shady, you making excuses for a two-time MVP, bro.
I'm keeping it real.
Here's my thing.
I'm keeping it real.
Pat not going this year. Is Lamar? No, because they're probably missing the playoffs. Pat didn't go 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Who went? Joe. So the fact of the matter is, and Josh has kept Lamar from advancing twice in the playoffs. Twice. And if Lamar got these unanimous MVPs, Shady, if he's that good, I just require, or at least not require, who am I to require? I request and desire more from him.
Yeah,
that's all.
I'll put it this way. I'm not a stat guy, but 7 games for Joe Burrow in the playoffs, 9 touchdowns, 4 picks. 8 games for Lamar Jackson in the playoffs, 10 touchdowns, 7 picks. 13 games for Josh Allen in the playoffs, 25 touchdowns, 4 picks. None of them have a ring, but there's a clear discrepancy in level of play whenever these games are important in playoff games. I'm sorry, it just is what it is.
We got some $100 super chats
we gotta get some.
in the speakeasy. The speakeasy going up today. If y'all just tuning in for the first time, congratulations and welcome. Social Trey, get it popping.
Man, listen, so I started off with the $100 super chat. Dominic Scott says, sending love and adding a little to Trey's desk fund. Listen, Acho, Christmas is around the corner. The people want to see a bigger, better desk.
Read the super chat.
Okay, I'm sorry, my bad. Lamar is a great regular season quarterback, but craps himself in the playoffs. Shady, you have to admit then Russ is more clutch and a better playoff quarterback than Lamar, i.e. 2015 NFC Championship.
Come on, man.
Can't put all the blame on his teammates.
Who said that?
That was Dominic Scott.
Hey, Dom, let me tell you something real quick, brother. Don't let everybody lie to you, man. Because they do that. They're going to lie to these stats and all that, which, you know.
I mean, you know, I hate to, like, reach so far because it's like the main topic was because we so far from the main topic. This is like went from like we were at topic A, which was the main topic of the video, to like topic D. Like it just kept moving and kept moving. But I hate to take it so far, but like, you know, would it be safe to argue that the play calling or offensive system that let's say the Bills are in, let's say the Bengals are in, let's say that the Chiefs have been in, let's say that Russ was in Seattle. Would it be safe to say all of those offensive systems are better than the system that Lamar is in? If any system relies on an individual's talent more, I would argue and say that the Ravens have relied on Lamar's talent more than their system. You know, like I don't think the play calling is as good as Lamar is as a quarterback. You know, I think the play calling for the Rams right now is just as good as Matthew Stafford is as a quarterback. You know, but.
No, you probably don't remember these stats. They show these stats that you can't even remember what game it was. But I'll bring you back to some games. The one year that the Seahawks played the Packers, I can't remember if it was in Seattle or it was in Green Bay. Anyway,
Playoff game?
Aaron threw 4 picks. What they throw? Or the rest threw 4 picks. One of them had a crazy game. I think it was Aaron. Was it Aaron?
Keep going. I don't remember.
Anyway, the game came down to like a last
onside kick.
Oh
yeah. Bostic.
So who was playing? Which one was playing bad? I'm trying to remember.
Bostic is the one who messed up the onside kick.
But who was playing? It was all these turnovers.
Yeah.
And the game came down to the last
NFC
second.
championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm saying
Packers
is,
should have won.
Yeah. Packers
Right.
should've
When you
won.
playing against a team and they turn the ball over that much, you put them away. Russ wasn't that.
Yeah, Russ
he
threw 4
wasn't that.
picks in that
Back
one.
then, that's why the defense
That's
can't
what
stand.
this
That's why they
guy-
hate on Russ. Because he was getting all this credit.
Yeah.
And who was really holding it down was the defense and the running game.
Yeah.
But they don't want to talk about
So he said Russ threw 4 picks in a game in the playoffs, and the defense won him that game. Interesting. Trying to see if this really happened. Gilbert said it did. 4 picks in playoffs. Intercepted for the 4th time. Russ threw 4 interceptions in a single playoff game during the 2014 divisional round. So this is the year that they won the Super Bowl. He threw 4 picks in one game, and they still won. Oh no, this is a notorious tough loss where he actually threw 5 picks before came in that playoff contest, including a crucial game-sealing interception at the goal line in the NFC Championship game against the Patriots. No, what the heck? Did he lose this game or win this game? I'm not following the context completely. Excuse me. Worst loss of his career. Okay, whatever.
that. Because the truth, you put him away. Russ wasn't that.
Yeah, Russ
he
threw 4
wasn't that.
picks in that
Back
one.
then, that's why the defense can't stand. That's why they hate on Russ. Because he was getting all this credit.
Yeah.
And who was really holding it down was the defense and the running game.
Yeah.
But they don't want to talk about that. Because the truth is you can't put Russ back then in the same light as Lamar.
Of course not.
You know why?
Of course
Because they
not.
asking Lamar to do way more. Where back then, like Russ,
Correct.
Russ
As
did the
they
best.
should.
They asking Joe Burrow and
Hold on,
Josh
hold on.
Allen to do
No,
it
no, no.
more.
And they all do the same numbers. They all do the same thing.
As
losing.
they should. Lamar Jackson's a first-round pick.
same.
Lamar Jackson's a Heisman winner in college. Lamar Jackson's a 2-time MVP, 1-time unanimous. Don't ask little 5'10" out of Wisconsin, 3rd-round pick, supposed to be a backup to Matt Flynn, Russell Wilson to do what you're asking Lamar Jackson to do. They should ask Lamar Jackson to do more.
So when I bring guys up that you want to, so if I take him out the way,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
Because
sir.
you saying they can't compare, cool.
How about them Jags? Hey, they went off today, man. The respect, my respect for them went up. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
So I'm gonna bring other guys like him.
Yep.
Josh Allen, Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
They all losing. None of them did anything. So how is it that you give Joe more, I guess, grace? You give Josh more grace, and they all losing.
Because Joe's been. So Joe's been. So let's put him
They
aside.
all losing.
Yeah, but some losing the Super Bowl and some losing the.
Oh, that's
the
cool.
Bismarck.
That's cooler.
You've been to the Super Bowl.
You're a loser.
Shady, you went.
Oh, I don't get praise for going.
So would you rather go or not go, G?
You get her number, you go on these dates, and you never get to home.
I think making it to the Super Bowl is somewhat commendable. I mean, 30 other teams in the league didn't, so I think that's
Home base. That's what we preaching. Is that what we preaching?
Did you get on base?
You on base and then you just never score. You just never get home and score. Yeah, she give her number. Ooh, go on these, she love me. Go on these dates. You never score. You just never. You in her DM all day, all night, but you never get the phone number. Is that what we praising? That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
That's crazy. Listen, I got some more super chats. They've been going crazy. Our boy Jonathan Watson, resident Pats fan, he's always showing love, said they were too young. They weren't enough. They were frauds after losing to Buffalo. Drake May went into Baltimore and let a comeback win. What they gonna say now?
Nothing.
We back to the big show, and they're not done. He followed up with another $10 super chat and then said, May showed he's the one. New England built for this. They're strong for this. Number 1 seed in reach. But if they don't get it, we still have a shot of hosting the AFC championship game. To the haters, stand the heck down. Jonathan Watson going in. He's a big Pats fan.
A big spender?
Big spender, too. Rose said, yo, Pats are nice, but we need to have a conversation about the Pats' strength of schedule.
Yo, you hear today?
We need to have it.
Today on TV they said it's the worst. It's the easiest schedule since.
Yeah, it is easy.
They finished in a bad spot. Like,
I didn't know this. I didn't know the Pats had the easiest schedule. They played the Raiders. Okay, that's easy. Dolphins, easy. Steelers comp. Panthers stepped on them. Panthers comp, but they mid. Played the Bills. That's comp. That's in a division. Played the Saints. That's a losing team, but they comp. Trash. Not great. Not great. Mid. Not great. Dang. I never noticed that. What the heck? Oh, wow. But they played two teams with a winning record. What the heck? The Bucks mid? Yeah, they mid. What the heck? That like they got a lot of talent, but I mean, look at their record. They're there for a reason. I don't know. I don't know. I've never decided to look at the Patriots schedule as a whole. That's crazy. This is genuinely new to me. It's been a whole season. People been saying this. That's interesting, bro. Genuinely new to me.
25 years?
Yeah.
I believe they said that. The last 25 years is the worst schedule ever, or weakest schedule ever. That matters.
It does.
Man,
It
that schedule
does.
is weak, boy.
They
Woo!
said, yeah,
Oh my
they
God.
said.
Is the Cowboys on there?
So
Oh, no.
listen, Rose
Oh, come on now.
said every team they played was Justin Fields besides the Bills. Will they be getting exposed in the playoffs? Sorry, Bear. Run the list down.
Sorry, Bear.
Yeah.
I saw you had the list pulled up.
No,
but
I
yeah,
mean,
it was,
well, I'll read through it.
yeah.
The Las Vegas Raiders, Miami Dolphins,
They lost to the Raiders.
Pittsburgh Steelers, Carolina Panthers, Buffalo. Get Miami to close out the year. That's a disgusting schedule.
Here's why I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Here's why I don't want to hear that at all. Because the NFL is about who's the last man standing.
Exactly.
It's a war of attrition.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson didn't lead a game because his mom called and said, you got a homework assignment due. He got knocked out the game. It's not their fault that Joe Burrow was hurt this season. You want to know who's played every game? Drake May this year.
Yeah.
Drake May got hurt last year. So, to me, I will not shame the Patriots.
I'm not gonna shame them, but that does make you look at them like with a side eye. Like it is what it is. Like no, they didn't play the Bengals with Joe Burrow, but it still makes you look at them questionable. It is what it is. Like easy is easy. It don't matter whether it's your fault it was easy or if it was their fault it was easy. Like easy is easy.
Because their schedule was bad. It's not their fault that Baker Mayfield's been dealing with injuries this year.
Yeah.
Draft somebody bigger.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So at the end of the day, like I get that the Patriots haven't had a gauntlet of a schedule.
Yeah.
But they finished fourth last year.
Yeah.
They got that fourth schedule.
That's
And the NFL's all about parity.
Yeah,
So
so you
like
don't care
The
about-
NFL is all about parity.
So I'm just saying, hold on. You don't care about the schedule at all?
I can't knock them because of it. You feel me? I'm not gonna
But
be like
I can't applaud them.
no,
I
but
can't say
he's,
the world beaters
I don't think Texas losing out there.
because of it. Yeah.
But here's what I can say is I
Yeah.
can say
The Bears of the AFC. That's interesting. That's interesting.
it is. They went into Baltimore, knocked Lamar Jackson out the game, won the game.
Yeah.
They went in on Sunday night to Buffalo, white out in Buffalo, won the game. They went into Cincinnati and Joe Burrow wasn't there. You played 3 of the 4 best quarterbacks in the AFC this year. You played their team.
See, this is why I hate the freaking
Sparks, you think Carrs used that pick, or you think y'all trade back?
quarterback win stats.
Okay.
Bull crap.
Yep.
Forget the quarterbacks. The Bengals is a weak team.
Sure.
Bengals
The
are the best defense
Ravens,
in the league.
forget Lamar, they're a weak team. They're losing records, they're a weak team for a reason. Right now, the AFC North, trash.
Yep.
Trash division.
AFC East, the division they're in. Trash.
So, bro, so, and then you play the Bills twice a year. Listen, every year Brady was smokers.
Yep.
All right, smokers, but it'll be close.
Yeah.
Because it's an AFC, divisional game.
Of course.
What I'm saying is, I can't give you that. The quarterbacks, we got to start. And you know what? I'm guilty of it too. With my quarterback.
Yep.
I'm done doing that. We are not about to keep acting like quarterback stats is wins.
I do.
We can't, bro.
That's
just
my philosophy.
I know we went through it.
You get carried.
But here's my thing: is
Come
this?
on, man.
I can't.
That's factual. That is beyond factual. Like, there's context to everything. Again, if a quarterback can throw 4 picks in a game or 3 picks in a game and still win a game, I mean, you know, we gotta take that to account. If the Patriots have an easy schedule, we gotta take that into account. We can't say, oh, the Patriots they beat everybody and they did a good job. Yes, they did. But we still gotta acknowledge that. We can't just ignore it, because if there's a team out there who has the hardest schedule and they beat majority of the teams that they play versus a team who has the easy schedule and they beat majority of the teams that they play, realistically, who would we assume to be better? Who would you bet on? You know, and they end with the same record. You know what I mean? So I think it's just being real. Didn't Darnold just do that like 2 weeks ago? Throw 4 interceptions and win? Nah, I don't think so. He threw 2 picks the other day and won.
I can't sit here and knock the Patriots for how they've looked this year. Like, they beat the Bills.
I can't.
You know what I mean? Like,
Carolina, the New Orleans Saints,
but this is
Tennessee,
for me. This is
For
Cleveland,
the interest of time, we can't.
the
back them.
Falcons, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Jets, the Giants, the Bengals. Like, bro,
But Shane,
they're playing all the bums.
But here's my
But
thing.
not only
That's
that, the
what-
more concerning thing about this schedule is that some of these wins are very close. Like, you beat the Falcons by
That's
1
the
point.
NFL, though.
You beat the
Shit, not like this.
you beat
It's the NFL, but I'm saying that for divisional games. I'm not saying that for non-divisional games. Like, I can accept it. Yes, that's the NFL, but I give you a little bit more grace if you lost by 1 point to a division opponent that's trash versus somebody who's not in your division.
the Saints
But
by
what-
6
but here's my
points.
thing. But hold on, Trey.
Some of these games teams is coming back late,
What are
too.
we doing here?
Yeah,
like the
we can't discredit
Patriots
them.
have the best or one of the best records in the AFC,
Yep.
and now we want to go through and parse through how
Yeah.
they've won those games.
Yeah.
The,
Well,
Chiefs,
the reason
the Chiefs won every game last year by 1 possession and
And then they lost in the Super Bowl.
1 point.
Facts. And they
But
went
the
to
reason I
Super
say
Bowl.
that is because we have to look ahead to the playoffs. And so the conversation earlier with the coach this year was like, yeah, they're not playing anybody. So when they get to the playoffs, are we going to be surprised when they're a first-round exit? No. If the Patriots get to the playoffs and they're a first-round exit,
I'd be shocked. Shocked.
but why
Shocked,
though?
dog.
Some of these wins are not impressive, and they're against bad
But
teams
here's
and
my
they're
thing.
close games.
I was noticing this earlier today. This is fascinating, NFL fans. Is if you go look at the current playoff picture, there are 9 teams in the hunt, and everybody else is already eliminated. Usually, there's about 13 teams still in the hunt in the division.
in the hunt,
Right now, the AFC. Chiefs is already eliminated.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's already eliminated. So at the point in which Patrick Mahomes' team is bad, Joe Burrow's team is bad, Lamar Jackson's team is bad, y'all gonna sit here and say, he ain't got no notable wins. Who would the notable wins be?
Right.
Had he played the Broncos?
Yeah.
Who would they be? Had he played Justin Herbert and the Chargers? Like, the best teams in the AFC are down this year.
Yeah.
And they happen to have risen to the top.
That's a fair point, but again, it still stands. If your schedule was easy, it is what it is. I mean, you know, we got to accept the truth. We got to, you know, accept the reality of the situation. You had an easy schedule, so it's questionable so we can look at you with a side eye when the playoffs come. It just is what it is. Like you're not a lock to come out the AFC. It is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
I applaud them.
That's fair.
The Ravens, y'all shouldn't suck. Fact of the matter is, Roquan out there, Marlon out there, Nate Wiggins out there, Starks out there, Humphrey out there, Lamar Hughes out there, Henry is out there, Flowers out there, Likely out there, Andrews out there. Ravens, y'all shouldn't suck. That's a
do.
personal
They
problem.
do
Yeah.
suck, Acho. They do.
Yeah.
The names don't matter. They don't matter. We like on the field. They're weak. I like Drake, man. But yo, when I look at that schedule, see, I'm watching the game, giving all the praise, and they say, yeah, man, it's one of the worst schedules in the last 25 years. I'm like, huh? So then I go to the teams. They ain't playing nobody that's really good other than a divisional game, which is always going to be a tough one.
Well, I'll tell you why, though. That's the way the NFL schedules, though. Like if a team was to have a good season after finishing last in their division, it's because they're playing all the other last division teams across the NFL. So you get the boo-boo on your schedule. So, like, it is one of the worst schedules. all the trash teams usually do have the worst schedules because they were trash.
Yeah.
But
Then it's what do you do with it?
Exactly. It is what it is. Moving forward, though, speaking of Drake May, we got to talk about this dude because today.
Keep this in one video. Shut up. Yeah, I keep it.
31 of 44, 380 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick,
driving the bus.
102.5 passer rating, a 70% completion percentage, and at the end of the game, hey, we need you to go 89 yards and win us the game.
Yeah.
He does it.
Bengals got number 9.
Fourth quarter comeback win. Drake May goes out there and balls. Should he be the MVP frontrunner?
It's Drake May, it's Matthew Stafford, period.
Josh ain't in there.
Then we can talk about Josh. Here is why. The reason we want to put Josh Allen in an MVP conversation isn't because of gaudy statistics. It's because we always say, well, who's he doing it with? Well, I would say the same thing about Drake May. Boutte, Kyle Williams, a rookie, an older Stephon Diggs, Travion Henderson, who got hurt this year, rookie, Ramondre Stevenson, who's a career backup and running back, or really just a career solid guy.
Dang, career backup's crazy.
Who is he doing it with? So for everybody that wants to say, put Josh Allen in there, I say put Drake May in there first. Drake May is a king-size version of what Josh Allen is doing this year. Not talking about just who they are over the course of their careers, but that's a king-size experience. Drake May is doing it with less. You watch James Cook. James Cook about to lead the league in rushing yards. One of them ones.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, Drake May does not have any of them ones. No ones. None. So what I am saying is it's Drake May, it's Matthew Stafford, it is everybody else. Now, shout out to what Drake May has been able to do in the midst of kind of the chaos of this season. But boy, hey, it's Drake and it's Stafford.
I would honestly say it's Stafford, Drake, and Josh. Hilarious that's their name, huh? I just realized that Drake and Josh is crazy.
It's like
that's insane. What do you think, though, Shady?
I go Stafford, I go Drake, then I would go Josh. Stuff Drake May is doing is really good, and I think Diggs is still good. I watch him every time it's a big game. Diggs come out to play. You can call him old and all that if you want to. He catch that ball and he gets.
Now that's factual. Diggs, I got a feeling that they're gonna let him go 100% in the playoffs. I could be wrong. I don't know why he's still on limited snaps. Maybe that's just their offense, and if that's just their offense, then hey, it is what it is. But if they let him play every passing down in the playoffs, I would not be surprised.
Open. He runs routes on routes. But Drake May, he looked good. I mean, even tonight, like every time they needed to play good, he played good. And it wasn't all pretty, right? Yeah. He made some mistakes. He threw a pick early in the game.
How is Josh still top 3? I think stats and winning record. I think that's where that comes from.
But he kept going, and he kept getting better and better and better. And that's what I like to see. He was driving the bus. He had his foot out the window, right? Yep. Cigar in his mouth. He was doing everything tonight. And, he got dog in him. He was getting hit tonight, too. He was getting up, right? Pressure in his face, delivering the ball.
Yo, this kind of crazy. Hold on. We not throwing Trevor Lawrence in the MVP conversation. If we throwing Josh Allen in there, maybe Josh rushing stats are better. 3,400, 26, 25, 10, 11. Hey, we ain't throwing Bo Nix in there? 3,600, 24, and 10? Interesting. Sam Darnold? That is interesting. Why is Josh defaulted number 3? Goff having a better season than him. Stafford is 40-5, by the way. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I mean, I think Stafford is walking away with the MVP at this point. Goff 32-5. That's tough. But I mean, we're not counting Goff. We're not counting Dak. They both are out the playoffs. We're not counting Mahomes. They out the playoffs. So we're not gonna talk about them. Josh gets so much glaze. Yeah, this don't really. I mean, unless his rushing stats are like overwhelmingly better than all of theirs, which I doubt it is. I don't know about this. I don't know about him being number 3. because all of these again, you got a bunch of playoff quarterbacks up here, so very interesting. He has 500 rush yards and 12 rushing touchdowns. I want to take it like I like Josh a lot and I respect him a lot, but it's like I kind of want to take his rushing touchdowns with a grain of salt because them tush pushes, man. Like to throw that on a resume, that sticks on his resume. It don't go nowhere. But like to use that as MVP credentials, I don't know about that. But to each his own. If it's a running back, cool, do your thing. But it's just quarterback, I don't know. Quarterback sneak, to each his own. But hey, it is what it is. How many TDs are 1 yard runs? 6 of them, really interesting.
Ball. He ran when he had to run. The brother, nice. Drake May gonna be good for a long time, yo.
Yeah.
Josh is finally gonna have some competition in the AFC East. Finally.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough thing. But it's not even just the AFC East in general. Like we're coming back into that era. History repeats itself. Where the league got watered down for a little bit. All the older quarterbacks got out. There was a rebuild period in the league. Tom Brady outlasted everybody. And he stayed in for the beginning of the rebuild. But there's a rebuild in the league, and we are back at the rebuild point. Not actually, we're not back at the rebuild point. We're back at the point where it's already rebuilt. The number one QB is already established. There are multiple contenders to that number one QB. And not only that, now we got more quarterbacks flooding in. So again, the AFC is going to be extremely competitive for years to come. NFC is competitive too, very competitive. But I think when we talk about quarterbacks, I think AFC got more. But the NFC is going to catch up for sure. Like it's just the rest of the NFL is about to catch up because I see Mahomes playing until he's 40. I see a bunch of these other quarterbacks trying to do that. I could definitely see it. So it's going to be competitive for a lot longer. Chosen, he said he thinks Stafford being a unanimous MVP is cap.
Drake and Josh is gonna go so like viral now. I'm thinking about it like AFC East
sure.
battle. Drake and Josh, yeah.
The edits are about to be insane.
No, yeah. No, it's gonna take some time to realize. Might have been before or after y'all's time.
What are you talking about?
You don't know Drake and Josh is?
I could have sworn he started singing it. Well, they younger though. They younger than him.
Might have been before or after y'all's time.
What are you talking about?
Realize. Might have been before or after y'all's time.
What are you talking about?
You don't know Drake and Josh is?
Who's that?
I've never.
Nickelodeon. It was on Nickelodeon. Yeah. It was like our childhood.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Drake and Josh was. I mean, he watched mostly reruns, but I caught it live. Yeah.
Whoa, I caught it live too.
Stop it.
2004, bruh. I caught it live.
What year?
I remember the movie.
They're having the Gen Z off
I remember
right
the
now,
movie
Shady.
with
No,
Mr. T was
I'm
in the
a
movie.
millennial. I'm a millennial. I'm 32.
They're having the Gen Z
We know
off.
you old.
Wait,
I'm
I'm
32.
32.
Don't disrespect me.
I'm lost here. What are we talking
Stay
about?
lost, Shady. Stay lost.
Yeah, just
You don't want.
LaShawn McCoy is how old? He said he's 32. He's 37. Yeah, he was a little older at that point.
Want to be
Man,
found.
you were real OG.
You don't want to be found
sometimes
in
we
this
be having nerd
conversation.
conversation, and it's hard for me to be
Nerd?
You said nerd
This
conversation.
isn't nerdy.
This
This is
This is pop culture.
This is young.
yeah.
This is youth.
Y'all told me y'all guys don't know nothing about Goya rice. I couldn't believe y'all said that.
Goya is the brand, bruh. It's Spanish rice that you was
Yeah,
eating.
you're
But
talking
you,
about a brand.
y'all say y'all never had it. Y'all say you know what it was. I wanted to leave. I wanted to leave.
Goya beans. I said in
Yo,
the show I had beans.
I wanted to get out.
But
of
that's like
chair.
saying Uncle Ben's.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
You didn't
Uncle
name-
Ben's
you
is
didn't
not
name
the dish.
actual
That's the
brand.
brand.
But if you said Uncle Ben's, I know who that is.
But if you say
so when
Zap-
I say yo, y'all never had no Goya rice.
Shady, you can't say. You said this. Y'all ain't never had no Aunt Jemimas.
Who?
yeah,
Exactly. You didn't
yeah.
instead of just saying syrup.
Yeah, right.
Maple syrup is what it is.
Yeah, it's
nerd
okay,
out
Sadie.
again.
You were wrong, and that's all right, brother. You just.
Bro, don't know. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Sean McCoy not knowing who Drake and Josh is.
Stafford
Y'all
is
were
the favorite.
both a part of my childhood at the same
I
time.
truly
Like,
don't know.
that's-
I don't know what Drake.
that makes sense though. It was like Shady
like a
on the
show
TV on
I think
Sunday.
it was some little white kids, right?
Yeah, it was.
yeah.
Yeah.
Probably,
Yeah,
Drake
two
and
white
Josh,
kids,
bro. That's
those-
crazy.
Nah, my
That's-
neighborhood, we
Jordan
looking at,
Love
like,
was up here.
more
What
urban
the heck?
stuff. That's okay.
Wow.
Patriots was on.
Okay.
Sister.
Yeah,
Our
like
God.
no,
Is
Yeah, that was definitely before his time. You
I
definitely
caught the
watched
reruns of
reruns
those.
of that.
Get
for sure.
back to
I'm
the
sorry,
show,
yeah, I'm sorry,
please.
my bad.
We're doing a
I love nostalgic stuff like that.
sports show.
Yeah, you're
we
right,
are doing a
you're
sports
right.
show. Brought back to the style. No surprise there. Dallas Cowboys. We lost again.
Oh, you're talking
No-
about
no
Dallas
surprise.
again? Okay, I can cap this off here then.